Hi guys, welcome along to my second round of 2022 here at my home course, Freshwater Bay. First hole is a par 3 up the hill slightly to a raised green. Obviously an opportunity here for our first hole in one. Hopefully going to capture that on camera one day, but unfortunately not today. So pitching wedge there from the tee. Usually take a 9-iron if I'm honest, but felt a little bit more confident over the ball stood there. A bit short on that first putt of the day, and that leaves us with an opportunity here just to tidy things up for a par and really get our round underway really nicely. Right, so moving on to the par 4 second and driver in hand. It's the one thing that I'm really struggling with, to be perfectly honest, in my game at the moment. It's the one area that's letting me down. Arccos is telling me that as well, so I'm going to have to take some trips to the driving range to try and sort that thing out. 5-iron in hand from a drive of only 175 yards here in the rough, and a poor hit scuttled it down the fairway, but that does leave us with about 110 yards into the green, and I've got pitching wedge in hand. Float it on in there, 108 yards worth of carry, and we are literally pin high but just off the green. Par opportunity again coming up with this particular putt. Once again, just not enough sauce on it, leave it just slightly short, but it is just a tap in for the bogey. So into the par 3 third, 161 yards, but it's playing exceptionally long. I've got 5-iron in hand. I think it was telling me it was playing about 185 through Arccos because the wind was into our face. Splay it a little bit right, but again managed to get it pin high. Little chip here with the 56 degree. That gives us a chance to make par once more with a shortish putt, and we do get the par. Moving on to the par 4 fourth, 310 yards uphill, so plays more around 350, 360 I'd say, and that again is another one of my poor drives, but fortunately I'd got enough, or clipped enough on it for it to scuttle its way up the fairway. Unbelievably, that drive was 187 yards, 137 yards in with the 7-iron, but obviously got the uphill to cope with as well, so it does leave us a bit long though. So gap wedge was really good for us last time around the greens, so take it out here to try to put that one in close to the flag, which we do. Another opportunity for a par putt. Just drag it a little bit to the right, but another bogey on the card. Right, par 3 fifth. I'll drag that shot a little bit wide of the target, again pin high but off to the left. 56 degree in hand, tries to bump and run that in. Again, probably about 6 foot to the flag. Not enough to the left, and we've dragged that one slightly wide, but again, another bogey. On to the par 4 sixth. Massive right to left here, and as I've been pulling everything left, I started that out way right, and unfortunately it stayed out there. Gets up to the ball and it was actually in the path, so free drop from there, 4-iron in hand, and it's another scuttler. The long iron's not serving me too well at the moment, unfortunately, but it still made its way down there to just 85 yards to the flag. And an absolute worldie of a 56 puts us in very, very close proximity to the flag. And there we push the ball once more for another bogey. So moving on to the next par 4 on hole 7, 412 yards. And there we have it. That hooky draw pull, whatever it really is, it isn't working really, and I'd really need to get down the driving range and figure out what is actually happening. But we've got 5 iron in hand from here, 180 yards to go, and I absolutely nail it. Gets a very good favourable bounce as well. I actually didn't realise it until I got down there because I was looking for the ball in the rough about 30 yards short and find it here on the green, giving us an opportunity with a birdie putt. Good length on it, just left of the hole, and there we go, a tap in for the par. So here we are on hole 8, par 4. And again, there it comes, the slightly hooky left pull. Still getting some decent distance though, 223 yards Arccos had that out at, so we took the 4 iron in from that shot. That leaves us with the 56 degree. We'll pull it a bit right, and slightly long as well, but gives us an opportunity for the par putt. Leave it just wide of target again, but we clean up with the bogey as we head into the last hole on the front 9. 328 yards. This one finding its way down the right hand side in the rough here from 98 yards with the gap wedge. Didn't think I'd actually got enough club at the time, but it did make its way again level with the pin. Birdie opportunity, and we leave it a little bit right of target. See a trend appearing in this round. We do tap in for the par. Here we are, hole 10, 306 yards. Got the 2 iron in hand, just trying to push it on down there. And again, for some reason, that hooky pull's now found its way into the 2 iron swing as well. And that has actually left us with a very, very poor lie here. I've got the 8 iron. I probably should have took my medicine a bit more and just literally push it down about 25 yards. 9 iron though, selected for the next shot, and I hit this exceptionally well. Hadn't quite got enough juice, but I was really happy with the outcome because it left us with a good opportunity with the 56 degree to find a position close to the flag, and then this gives us the opportunity for a bogey. In she goes, and we move on to the first par 5 on the course. Only 6 over going through 11 holes, and really enjoying this round. There we go, flailed to the left again. It's not too bad, and we have the opportunity to just pump it on down here. Got the 4 iron in hand, and again, not really enjoying the longer irons at the moment. So 7 iron with the next shot, which the draw that I usually have evades me at that particular point, and we push it just a bit wide right of the green, but nevertheless in range with the 56. About a 10 to 11 foot putt here. A bit of an overcorrection from earlier in the round. You'll notice me clicking away with the fingers. That's a trait of mine when I know I've overhit something. But we do manage to scramble it in for the bogey. Moving to 7 over as we head to hole 12. Once again, the driver is pulled left. only managed about 150 yards as well, so not a kind of outcome that we're looking for. And I picked out the 7-iron here, just trying to get things in play. You might not be able to tell, but that rough was pretty thick, and because we've had a bit of bad weather, it's a bit boggy there as well. Really probably should have took something a little bit shorter still, get some more loft on it, and I make the same mistake with the very next shot. Just trying to pump it on down there. So 7-iron again. We've compounded the problem 3 times in a row now. Next shot we'll be playing 5, and we've got pitch and wedge in hand. And Arccos was telling me pitch and wedge here. I felt 9-iron, and that's probably the result of that, because I didn't trust in what Arccos was giving me information wise. I took the pitch and wedge, but probably should have really took the 9-iron. Out of this sort of grassy greenside bunker, and back with the gap wedge. Can it save us again? We're playing 7 now. Disastrous hole, really, considering the kind of round that we were having up until this point. Somebody put me out of my misery. Yes, there we go. Rattle it in for a triple. So we hadn't got a double bogey up until that point from memory. That was the first, big score in the round, and it was an 8 on a par 5. Not ideal. And once again, we flail the tee shot left. Here we have a 7-iron in hand. Hit that 130 yards, but again, it wasn't ideal. The lie wasn't particularly good, neither was it there for that 56 degree, and I got underneath that and took some of the potency out of it. So second shot with the 56 degree, a little bit too far with that. Probably should have had 60 degree to be honest, but had a very thin lie. Didn't want to thin it through the green. And this here for a double bogey. Luckily we managed to roll that one in. But now we've gone triple, double, and we're into the par 3 stint. So there's 2 back-to-back par 3s here. The first one, hole 14, is the drop as it's known. 7-iron in hand, and didn't hit it as well as I could do. Left it pretty short, to be honest, about 40-yard pitch here. But look at that for a shot. Right in next to the flag, pin high. Opportunity for the par, which we duly take, and we move into the next back-to-back par 3. I've got a 5-iron in hand here for this 175-yard shot because the wind is blowing at me, and again pull it a bit left, leave it short. 56 degree in hand, just want to get it in and down to that hollow, and it turns out to be an absolutely immaculate shot and another par save. So here we are on the tee once more for the 16th, and not a good tee shot. Leaves me with plenty of work to do. Pick out the 7-iron, just want to get this down and in play, and unfortunately spray it right. Need to calm down at this point. Starting to rack up some scores. Had to take an unplayable here because it was, I found the ball, but it was, just couldn't get a swing on it. So we dropped another shot to that. Got the 56 degree in hand and get underneath it a little bit too much. Good direction, just not enough sauce on it, and we're left a little bit short and needing a really good shot here with the 56 to get up and down. Which we get, knock it in close, gives us an opportunity to take a 6, which would still be a double. Unfortunately we burn the edge and it turns into a triple. Not ideal, but we're still only 15 over. Remembering I'm a 21 handicapper, so I know we got through the front 9 exceptionally well, but we do have to bear in mind that there are going to be some blow-up holes from my current handicap, even though Arccos is telling me that I should be around about a 13 handicapper currently. 56 degree here, again pin high with the 7-iron from the tee shot, and I leave this a bit short. Well, that's an understatement, bit short. But we all know I can sink those long ones, and there it is, fist bump because of it, and we get a par on the last par 3 of the course. Heading out to the last hole here, hole 18. Now, I've had a 285 yard drive here the other week. I was hoping for much more of the same, but with my driving really off, this was a terrible shot. I think I literally just clipped the top of the ball. We literally just ended up over the top of the green that we've just played off of, and I've got a 7-iron here just to get us back into play down the fairway. 4-iron in hand, pit of despair in front of us, and we managed to clear it just to the left-hand side, and that will leave us with a wedge in. Lovely effort here to get us close. Just overshoots slightly, but still gives us an opportunity here for a bogey. Roll it on down there, and it just stops right on the edge. Can you believe it? No, I can't. And we pop it in for the double. Now, I could get really upset with myself about the way that I played that back 9 on this particular occasion, but to be perfectly honest, given the front 9, no 3 putts, the only real tear down that I have to have on myself is my course management when we picked up that 8 on number 12 and the 7 on number 16. Aside from that, it was a really, really clean round, and I'm really, really happy with it. And 85 is the finishing score, which is 17 over and 4 under based on my handicap currently. And when I look back at the card, I've got 7 pars in total and only 4 double bogeys or worse, which is really, really good golf when you consider when I started playing again. I think it's only a matter of time before we do break that 80 mark. So I hope you enjoyed that course vlog. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you know when more of my content goes live. Hope you enjoyed the addition of the shot tracers, because I've gone out and got the Shot Tracer Pro version, and hopefully that improves the quality of the vlogs going forward. If you have got any other feedback about either my game or the way that these videos are produced, etc., then do let me know in the comment section down below as well.